Welcome back to a new episode of the Leading Yourself podcast. I'm so excited about today's episode because this is a topic I revisit every year around this time. For the past few years, I've made a tradition to do a spring cleaning for my life, and today I'm sharing that process with you. Spring for me, it's all about renewal, resetting, and refocusing. Just like we spring clean our homes, it's a perfect time to clean out the clutter in our lives, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's a great way to realign our energy and step into the second quarter of the year with clarity, with focus, and with momentum. So grab your notebook, a pen, and get ready to take some notes. I'm walking you through a simple but powerful 5-step process that has helped me regain focus and make space for the things that truly matter. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Leading Yourself podcast. This is your host, Carolina de Arriba. I'm an HR professional, health and fitness coach, wife, mom, and above all things, a goal-getter. In this podcast, we're going to be digging into all things leadership, professional and career development, habits, and relationships. This is a podcast for those who want to become the best version of themselves. Those who have big dreams and are willing to embrace the journey and put in the work to achieve them. My goal is to share with you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you in your journey. So let's dig into today's episode. Well, let's dive into this 5-step process for spring cleaning your life. Step number 1, conduct a life audit. Before you can clean things up, we need to assess where we are. That's where the life audit comes in. This is a way to step back and evaluate different areas of your life and determine what's working, what's not, and where do you need to refocus. Why is this important? Well, just like you wouldn't clean your house without first identifying which rooms need the most attention, you shouldn't try to fix your life without knowing where you need to make the biggest shifts. A life audit helps you pinpoint what's truly holding you back. Here's how you conduct a life audit. Step number 1 is you identify key areas of your life. For example, personal growth, like how much time do you dedicate to learning and self-improvement? Your career and business, are you fulfilled in your job? Is it aligned with your long-term goals? Your finances, are you managing your money well? Do you feel financially secure? Your relationships, are the people in your life uplifting you or draining you? Your health and wellness, are you prioritizing your physical and mental health? And your mindset and spirituality, are your thoughts helping or hindering your growth? Step number 2 is to rate each of those areas from 1 to 10, where a 1 means it needs major improvement and a 10 means you're thriving. So if you go through each of them, your personal growth, your career and on business, your finances, relationships, health and wellness, and mindset and spirituality, where would you fall in that range from 1 to 10? Again, 1 means it needs major improvement, 10 means you're thriving. Then the next step is to reflect and to journal. What did you rate yourself the way you did? What's working well and not working in each of these areas? And where do you want to be 3 months from now? That leads to the next step, which is to set a realistic target score for each of the categories. If you are at a 5, what would it take for you to reach an 8, for example? So now that you know where you are in each of these areas, set a target. Where do you want to be in 3 months? Make sure that is realistic. I always recommend 1 or 2 point increase. It's doable in 3 months. For example, if you're feeling stuck in your career, maybe you need to develop a new skill or network more or explore more opportunities. If your health is a low priority, maybe it's time to build healthier habits. The goal is to identify the biggest gaps in your life so you can focus on what truly needs attention. So when you look at how you score yourself today and where you want to be in the next 3 months, what are the 1 or 2 areas where you have the biggest gap? That leads me to step number 2, which is prioritize what matters most. Now that you're done with the life audit, you might feel tempted to fix everything at once, but that's not the goal. The key is focus. Instead of overwhelming yourself, pick 1 or 2 areas to work on for the next 3 months. Ask yourself, which area of my life is causing me the most stress? Which area, if improved, would make the biggest difference? And if you could only improve one thing, what would have the biggest ripple effect? For example, if your focus is your health, maybe the one habit to build is drinking more water or walking daily. If your focus is career, maybe it's committing to networking weekly or improving a skill, investing an hour every week in learning something new. If your focus is your mindset, maybe it's replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Remember, small changes create a bigger impact than trying to fix everything at once. Step number 3 of the 5 steps for spring cleaning your life is to subtract before you add. Most people think change comes from adding more habits, more routines, more goals. But often transformation happens when you remove what's not serving us. Why is this important? Think about a closet. Before you add new clothes, you need to clear out the old ones that no longer fit. The same applies to your life. Before you add good habits, you need to remove the bad ones. So ask yourself, what outdated habits or routines are holding you back? What distractions keep you from your goals? What commitments are currently draining your energy? Common clutter to let go includes things like toxic relationships that drain your energy, negative self-talk that keeps you stuck, mindless social media scrolling that just wastes your time, saying yes to things that don't align with your priorities, or all habits that aren't serving your future self. Here's where you make your not to do list. Yes, you heard it right. Not to do list. Write down things that you will stop doing to make space for what truly matters. You can't add new things until you make room for them. Which leads me to step number 4, which is adding intentional habits. Once you've cleared out what's not serving you, it's time to add in habits and routines that align with your goals. Ask yourself, what daily actions will help you improve in those areas that you want to focus on? What new habits will move you closer to your vision? What brings you joy and energy? For example, if your focus is health, start meal prepping or commit to daily walks. If your focus is career, set networking goals or enroll into a new training class. If your focus is mental and well-being, health, maybe introduce a meditation or a journaling practice. Start small. Pick just one habit at a time. Anchor it to something that you already do. For example, drinking water after waking up, or leaving a glass of water next to the sink where you brush your teeth so it reminds you of drinking more water. And then track your progress to stay motivated. Those are 3 things that you can do to make this new habit stick. Let me repeat it one more time. Start small. Pick one habit at a time, anchor them to an already existing habit, and track your progress to stay motivated. Small daily habits compound into major transformations. And the last step number 5, is to anchor it all in gratitude. Spring cleaning isn't about fixing problems. It's about appreciating what is already good. Try this. Write down 5 things you're grateful for in the area that you're working on. Celebrate your small wins. Acknowledge your progress, even if it's tiny. And remind yourself that you're not starting from zero. You've already come so far. Here are some journal prompts that can help you in this step. For example, what is one small victory that you've recently had? How have you already made progress, even if you didn't realize it? And what's something in your life that once you wish, but now you have? When you focus on what's working, you feel more energized to keep going. So here are, again, the 5 steps of this process for spring cleaning your life. Number 1, conduct a life audit. Number 2, choose your top priorities, 1 or 2 areas that you want to focus on. Number 3, subtract what is not serving you. So then in step number 4, you can add intentional habits and then anchor it all in step 5 with gratitude. Here's my challenge for you today. I want you to set aside 1 hour this week to do this exercise. Block it on your calendar. Grab your journal and take the first step towards a fresh start. If this episode resonated with you, do me a favor and share it and tag me on Instagram. You can find me as Leading Yourself Podcast. And let me know, what is your biggest takeaway? What was your aha moment? What did you learn as you went through this spring cleaning process? And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Remember, spring is a season of renewal. So let's step into it with intention. I hope you have an amazing week ahead, and I can't wait to talk to you again next week here on the Leading Yourself podcast. Okay, my friend, that's all I've got for you today. But before you go, 2 quick reminders. Number 1, if we're not already friends on Instagram, let's get connected. You can find me as Leading Yourself Podcast. Number 2, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am incredibly grateful that you're in this journey with me. I want to leave you with one last thought. I want to remind you that you're destined for more and that every step that you take brings you closer to becoming that best version of yourself. Embrace each day as a chance to learn, grow, and chase your dreams. The world needs you to shine brightly, so go out and show up fully and authentically. Take care, and I'll see you next time.